see cattle when you're on this trail?
Yeah, most definitely. You'll see more cattle than you will people, for sure. Here's what we'd like to see as a surface, that it's not much clay in the top or whatever, but it's a hard surface. And then the big thing is if it rains any at all, and even long rains, this here will stand up like it is. It won't be rutted or whatever. So to be really honest with you, the Recreation Trail Program, if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't be a Maah Daah Hey. There really wouldn't be. What we've been doing is relocating or restoring the projects, the trail locations back to the original location, and then surfacing them with 4 inches of surfacing 3 feet wide, compacted, and staying, and then putting in water bars and drainage tips so the water does get across or get off the trail surface. It's got to go through a freeze-thaw period once we put it down. One season through winter, freeze and thaw, and settle down again. You'll get some running that first year, but after that, it sets up, if you got the right spec for your gravel, which we do in this case, then it sets up just like concrete.
So tell us a little bit about the gates, Curt.
Well, the gates,
Thank you.
that was one of the big concerns when we put the trail in back in the 90s, was that the fence lines were going to cross. About every mile you cross a fence line, and the ranchers were really concerned about cattle getting in and out, gates being left open. And if you're on your horse or whatever, you should be able to lift it up and ride your horse through.
So if you're on a horse, lift it up, ride through. It's self-closing, so you don't even need to, you can just ride on through and you don't even need to look back or anything. It closes.
Right. That's right. We also do pruning and vegetation and other volunteer projects along the way.
Uh-oh. Curt, I found a hazard on the trail. Now, is this cow or bison?
That's cow. No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And see, here's where we have usually the problems, is in the low areas where the water can't get away, and there's no place to do it there. So the surfacing does help a lot. You can't bridge them or punch in them all, but you can, the surfacing here, and you can see this is probably one of the worst areas you'd see.
So that's what it would look like without the leveling and the graveling. It would just be this the entire way. Curt, can you tell us a little bit about braiding and how you're stopping that?
Well, the thing is that when the trench gets deep enough and the pedals start hitting on the sides, then they just move over in the flat cross section like we got here. You move over and build another, or construct another trail with your bike or your horses or walking.
At least help manage the erosion, right? Help manage these natural elements, that weather that make this place so beautiful.
And get it back to where it was originally located, and also have just the impact of the trail through here, so you don't have a lot of impacts on grazing or whatever is off the trail.
Oh, hey, Curt, come here. Let's get the sign in there. It was donated by Curt and Carol.
The Maah Daah Hey name came from the Mandan Hadassah. Gerard Baker developed the name. He came up with Maah Daah Hey, and its grandfather, or has been and will be around for a long time. That's the name of the trail, and then the symbol is the turtle, and that came from the Lakota Sioux. Carla Brew came up with that. We have right now 176 members, of which 50 are life members, and that's $1,000 to get your name on the kiosk down at Sully Creek. It's a sustainable trail, and I don't have a good definition of that, but one that's been here for a while and going to be here for a long time, like the Maah Daah Hey name, you know.
Well, this trail is legendary, so I'd say it's pretty sustainable too.
It's 24 years.
24 years.
It'll be 25 years next year, so.